I'm with it, 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 hey, hey, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it, let's get it. You already know that I'm with it. We already know that she with it. You know that my squad, we gon' get it.
What's going on? Welcome back to a special edition of I'm With It Sports. I'm Jalen. Alongside me is Tones and Scoob. Fellas, tonight is draft night, and it starts in about 7-8 minutes. So before we do that, we just want to tell the people what's going on, what's been happening in the last couple of days. If you've been following our IG or our Facebook, you've been seeing on our story that there's been a lot of movement in the NBA. Fellas, let's start with the Milwaukee Bucks.
You want to start with the good or the bad?
Let's start with the good and then go to the bad. So, so far, the Milwaukee Bucks acquired Drew Holiday. Yes. They ended up giving up a couple of players and picks.
So they gave up Eric Bledsoe,
correct,
George Hill, 3 first-round draft picks, and 2 first-round draft swaps.
First of all, can we just all this is not the first time Drew Holiday has gotten a top couple of picks.
Pick in the draft, as we was talking about the other day.
Yeah. So shout out to Drew Holiday being older and still getting first-round picks for his.
Because, man,
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
You know what that is? That's exactly what LA gave up for Anthony Davis.
But that's Anthony Davis, though.
Not Drew Holiday.
Generational player.
Good way. I'm just
right. Are we talking about Drew Holiday being a generational player, though?
So look.
No. Oh, no.
This is my problem with the deal. So Asa, I get the reason why you do it. You got to keep Giannis. If you think this helps you keep Giannis, do whatever you got to do. Those draft picks don't matter if you keep Giannis.
True. That's true.
But at the end of the day, you're putting a lot of pressure on a high-level role player.
Yes.
To fill the void that Giannis is supposed to fill.
Yes.
He's closing on his basketball team still.
Nobody. That's my problem.
Not the closer, which is fine. He's not supposed to be the closer. Drew Holiday is not a closer, which is fine. He's not supposed to be the closer. Giannis has to step up. You can't get all these MVP awards and all that stuff, and then you aren't offensively skilled enough to make it happen in the playoffs.
But he's the MVP though, bro.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because when I went on my rant about what we deem, even as most valuable player these days, I got a lot of flack for that on social media because it was it's a regular season award and everything. And I'm like, well, that's the problem with it. It shouldn't be a regular season award because at the end of the day, the best players were still left standing at the end. You know what I mean? And for Giannis, the like you said, Tonio, you actually put it perfectly. Who's going to close on this squad? That's been their biggest problem for the past 2-3 years. They don't have a closer. They don't have anybody who at the end of the game, when the game is on the line, you can definitively put the ball in their hands and say, go get me a bucket. Because you can wall off Giannis. He doesn't have long range. His mid-range, he doesn't have a jumper. He doesn't have a jumper.
What's the mid-range?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's nothing that he can do that forces other teams to say, okay, we gotta either guard him or we gotta, we have to make a plan. All you gotta do is wall him off. You know what I mean? Because if he can't drive, if he's not going downhill, he has no game. I'm sorry. He has no dribble moves to play. Who's gonna shut the door on games for the Milwaukee Bucks? And I mean, I love Drew Holiday, but I don't know if I would have gave up Eric and George. Now you don't even have a backup point guard. Unless you're going to find him in the draft.
Go ahead real quick, guys. Trevor Ariza just got traded with the number 16 pick to the Pistons for a future first-round pick.
So that was done so that Houston can go under the tax threshold.
Oh, okay.
Timmy Fertitta right now, he's hurting financially.
Clearly.
They literally don't want to pay the tax, which is a part of the big issue with them right now. So they're now $15 million under the tax, I believe.
Also, because this ties into our Milwaukee Bucks thing, Bogdanovich plans to enter restricted free agency on Friday at 6 p.m. Now, Tony, do you want to explain why that's hilarious?
Yeah, this is why I said, do you want to start with the good or the bad with them? So they did get Drew Holiday, but if you remember that night, they said they were getting Drew Holiday and doing a sign and trade for Bojan Bogdanovic.
Yeah.
That is not happening. Bojan Bogdanovic never agreed to a deal with him.
No, player.
So he said, "Nah, I'm gonna be a free agent."
Yeah, bro. Imagine you waking up and you seeing all these news like, hey, you being traded to the Bucks, and he's like, wait a minute, I'm a restricted free agent. Like, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not, homie. And I think that again, that's another glaring something that sticks out to me with culture. Because here's my thing. If I know as a player that I have the best chance to win a championship here, I'm out. You know what I mean? The goal is to get money, but the goal
Bogdanovic ain't been paid yet.
That was the caveat. He hasn't been paid yet, but
a bit older. He needed not too many paydays left for him. So go get your money.
Go get your money, but at the same, I'm going to get chips. The reason why we play is for chips.
But
that's you doing it. They doing it for a career. They trying to get paid. They got families back home. They got to take care of.
Here's my thing, though.
You've never won yet.
Man, $3 goes a long way.
Does it the same way. They go for their money first, then they go for the chips.
Here's my thing, though. You would think with Vlade gone, the Kings would do a little better, but that was such a Kings thing to do. Like no one in their baseball operations department just said, "Hey, is he restricted or not?" Like you think you would talk to someone before you break it to the news? Like, we traded him.
That's not even the worst part. So the worst part, let me break this down for you, is they re-signed Buddy Hield to darn near max offer the day before. Then they benched Buddy Hield for Bojan Bogdanovic and told everybody they're going to re-sign him and try to save Buddy Hield. Now you're going to trade Bojan and be stuck with Buddy Hield, who doesn't like y'all. So y'all just mishandled the whole situation.
Well, now they about to lose both of them.
I was about to say.
Yep. So y'all ain't got no shooter on your team.
Shoo.
But moving on from the dysfunctional situation in the Kings. Phoenix made me look really bad on my without words. I don't apologize. People who don't understand the segment is, if I was in charge, what I would try to do is presented all options. Okay. Sure. People want to be making it seem like I'm a dummy. I'm aware Devin Booker was not going to be easily.
Right. You knew that, right?
Okay. Right. But Phoenix just made me look even dumber by going out and trading for Chris Paul, which is deal I'm kind of shocked Chris Paul agreed to, because they
got a nice young core over there though. I think that going 8-0 in the bubble has something to do with it, to be honest.
What is that team now? So it's Ricky Rubio and Kelly Oubre Jr. for Chris Paul, some picks, all that stuff, all the filler is necessary. Mm-hmm. Is that now a championship contending team in the West?
What do they need to be a championship contending team?
If you're Chris Paul, yeah, because you're getting old, bro.
He has no ring, bro. No,
like
that's gonna go to get them though. Like who was literally gonna trade? If there was a trade out there to be had for Chris Paul, I feel like it would have been made for him to be on a contending.
Well, supposedly a lot of teams didn't even go after him, like Milwaukee.
That's what I'm saying.
Didn't even make a contract offer. My
point exactly. Like, I think he's out of the championship window. I think for him, it's kind of more like big homie now. To be honest,
OKC, that's a tough one.
But OKC allowed him to walk out the door. It was either rebuild there or go to a team that has maybe a solid young core. You know what I mean? Because
look, I get it from a Phoenix standpoint.
Right.
From a Paul standpoint,
yeah.
LA, you know what I'm saying? You can't find your way to Miami. Like there's destinations that if I'm Chris Paul, I'd have held out for.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's one of those situations where he's just like, maybe the money is more than the actual win. Like yeah, he says he's competitive.
Just got to say that right.
Because the thing is, like, you're Chris Paul. Like, you can always try to tell someone, like, hey, if you trade for me, I'll restructure my contract or something.
He ain't doing that.
But that's what I'm saying, though. So, like, I don't know. Maybe he's just
coming to him pretty soon. He ain't doing that.
But maybe he's hoping, like, I look at Phoenix situation, and maybe I'll slide in as a point guard. a couple games in when I feel a little old, I put a suit on and slide on the end of the bench like Juwan Howard, and then just get closer and closer, just get closer and closer to the head coaching spot. Yo, y'all remember that? Juwan Howard played like 5 minutes in one of the playoff games for the Heat. This man put on a suit, and then you didn't even. This man was a coach for 2 years before he actually officially retired as a player.
Udonis Haslem's been doing that in Miami.
Bro, no, Udonis.
Suiting up, right? He's suiting up.
This man got re-signed. He got re-signed. Yes.
Oh.
Udonis Haslam is eating a check.
This year, we thought last year was last year.
The last 5 years was supposed to be his last year.
I'm about to say, because he said during the finals he's retiring.
He is still suiting up as if he's about to put any type of minutes on the courts. He is eating
They really gave this man some more money, yo.
Yup.
All right. Like, I get it. Just make him a coach. Just put him in a suit.
Look, I don't know. They said he's irreplaceable. I don't know.
Okay, so put him in a suit. Yeah, or put him in why does he have to take up a roster spot?
Why not? I guess. I don't know.
I mean, if I'm him though, I'm not gonna say no. Like, you're gonna keep giving me a check.
You would say no, but it's just like, as an organization, it's just like how?
Real quick, the draft is about to kick off. We got Adam Silver up at the podium, guys.
Oh.
Melo.
Who goes number 1 overall? What's your
Melo? I got Melo going number 1.
Okay, Snoop with Melo. Who you got, Jay?
Anthony Edwards.
Unless something changes and this pick gets traded, I like LaMelo too much to see him in Minnesota. Like,
that's true. I do.
I just feel like why get another guard when you already got D'Angelo Russell?
Not another point guard.
Yeah,
so I think they have to do the logical thing, take Anthony Edwards, and just go from there. But to give a little quick synopsis, my favorite player of this draft is LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
I don't really have Anthony Edwards as one of the top 4 favorite players of mine coming out.
I don't either.
Well, I mean, think about it. His ceiling might be a Dwayne Wade, but even then,
that's a big ceiling. That's not just bro.
But that's what I'm saying though. But like,
it could be though. I agree.
Here's my thing though. The reason why I say that, because once you lose the athleticism, then what do you have? You know what I mean? Like, that's how I look at it.
Jump shot looks like it has the potential to be very good. It hasn't been consistent yet. Again, these guys are all young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Knows what he grows into. But so I have LaMelo as my favorite player. I have Onyeka Okongwu as my second favorite player in this draft. I have Tyreese Halliburton as my third. And then I have somebody off the beaten path for my fourth, Terrell Terry out of Stanford.
I like Terrell Terry.
My next guy.
I like Terrell Terry.
Personally hoping that at 21 he's there for my Sixers.
I don't think he's gonna be there.
I don't know.
He could fall. He could fall that far.
I don't need no negative energy tonight.
You're
okay?
right.
No negative energy like that out there.
My bad. Prayers up for the Sixers.
As I said, I hope he's there at 21.
Prayers up for the Sixers.
Did you say anything about Onyeka? I thought that was your dude too. Okay.
He's my dude. I was just giving my list.
I didn't hear him. That's why.
So,
my fault.
No, I was gonna go back and explain. So LaMelo number 1. I mean, it's not really much you can say about LaMelo at this point. Like, you don't know who LaMelo Ball is. I don't understand how you found this podcast, because he's the biggest name in amateur basketball for past.
Right.
Like, Jesus.
And this man owns a team overseas.
Yeah, literally.
Subtle flex.
No, does not.
Oh, he doesn't?
Deal fell through.
Oh, the deal fell through.
Ryan
He would have
Calais
owned the team.
ironically owns that team.
Oh, your best friend. Oh, that makes sense.
Say that. No. LaMelo. Onyeka Okongwu reminds me a lot, and a lot of people have been out about it. Very, very great rim running, defensive minded center with great soft hands. I believe he has the potential. I don't think currently he can, but I think he has the potential to round that out and have that go out to 3-point range on a jump shot. So I'm really excited to see what he becomes.
Yeah. I told y'all who one of my favorite players in this draft is. You know what I mean?
Obi Toppin.
I like Obi Toppin, and it's looking like he may fall to my Bulls at number 4. I'm hoping so.
I'm hearing the Bulls might actually want him.
I don't feel like we need him, but I I feel like he's a good pickup to be able to play inside out with if, Otto Porter decides.
So do you think – see, my problem with the Bulls is right now the Bulls got a lot of good young players at a lot of positions.
Yes.
They kind of need to consolidate, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because you got Lowry Markkinen who plays that 4 spot.
Yep.
Yeah, Wendell Carter Jr.
We got
a lot of guys who are big to bring in Obi Toppin would be a little – I'm not disagreeing with it, but I'm just saying they're in a –
like it gives us depth. It gives us a little depth. Go ahead, Jay.
I would say currently they have Wendell Carter Jr. There's a suspected rumor that the Warriors are trying to trade with the Bulls, and they'll trade their second overall pick to the Bulls, and in return they'll get Wendell Carter Jr. in that 4th pick.
Now, if you're the Bulls and that pick gets traded, do we go after James Wiseman?
You go after LaMelo Ball. You do that.
Because y'all don't have a point guard.
Well, we do. Cody White.
Kobe White is a 6-man off the bench lightning rod type of guard. LaMelo is a field general.
It's a starter.
Of course.
But think about LaMelo.
Hold on. Kobe is that now.
He's a score first.
But for sure. He could definitely be groomed though into a floor general.
Or you could just leave him as you could leave him to grow into like a
6-man for sure.
Yeah, and then make him be a Lou Williams for the Bulls, if you would say, and just let him drop buckets.
Because we need somebody to run the second unit. I will agree with that.
Because Chris Dunn ain't going to do it. No offense.
Well, they did not offer him a qualifying offer anyway.
So he's gone.
I wouldn't either. No offense, I wouldn't either. He ain't showing me.
Chill. He's a great defensive guard.
Shout out to Chris Dunn, dog. Send him to Philly.
He said no.
Send Dunn to Philly, man.
So speaking of sending them to Philly, our last what's going on topic of the day is going to be led by me.
Let's go.
The 76ers.
I'm going to let you have this one, dog.
No interruptions here, fellas. Let me get this off my chest.
Can I at least clap for you?
Yes. Hit me with a clap. Thank you.
Now I'm going to mute. I'm going to let you have your time.
Right, go ahead.
So my 76ers just made a big time trade. They got rid of Al Horford, sending him to OKC. In return, they received back Danny Green and Terrence Ferguson. They gave up a 2025 lightly protected first-round pick and the number 34 pick in today's draft. First off, let me just say Al Horford was the worst signing I have seen the Sixers make since who? Elton Brand, the dang GM who signed him. Okay, you gave old big men too much money, and both times, guess what happened? It didn't work. So that's part one. Part two, Anna Horford, shut up on Twitter. Shut up. Tired of hearing you talk smack about the city of Philadelphia. Your brother stole money for a whole year. You should just be grateful we let him get away with stealing it. Part three, I never want to do a deal with a Boston Celtic ever again as a Philadelphia 76ers fan. I don't care if LeBron James himself was reincarnated and played for the Celtics and wanted to come to Philly. Not signing him. Not signing any former Celtics. So I'm very happy to say we are done with Al Horford. We got some salary cap relief for doing that, and I'm excited for what Daryl Morey is going to do next. You guys can now chime in.
Well, I was about to say, here comes the first selection of the NBA draft.
All right, let's see. Anthony Edwards. So Anthony Edwards, for those who don't know, 6'5" guard out of Georgia, was one of the top-rated recruits coming out of high school. Chose Georgia, a not high basketball school, over the likes of Kentucky and Duke because he wanted to play for Tom Crean. Tom Crean was the former coach of Victor Oladipo and of the great D Wade. Tom Crean said he felt like Anthony Edwards could be a better version of D Wade. 3-level scoring possibility, but for those who don't know, he's a little late to the game of basketball. He thought he was going to be a football player. So he didn't really focus in at a young age on basketball until he was about 13, 14. So He's a little bit of a jacker. Great body type, but not great motor. Really, really not sure I'm a fan of his motor and what he brings on a game-to-game basis. But when he gets going, Scoob, when he gets going, he's a bucket.
Oh yeah,
Absolute bucket.
a complete bucket.
I'm looking at this fit with Minnesota. It makes more sense than LaMelo or James Wiseman, but they still don't got no defense. That's the issue. Still waiting for the guy there who's going to play defense. Not sure who that'll be, but
well, not only that, but like you said, he's a guy that is more of a scorer, needs the ball in his hands. You already got a lot of cats on that team that need the ball in their hands. So I'm real curious to see how they're going to spread that ball around between, D'Angelo, Cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully they figure it out. I think it's a good pickup. I mean, for where you're at and for what you need, but you kind of have to go with the best on the board.
Here's my thing.
I'm from Minnesota.
Here's my thing. What Jimmy Butler exposed when he left Minnesota is what kind of happens in the league, and it's when you push these young players, like a lot of these young players want to be coddled. A lot of these young players, feel like once you get out of college, all right, I made it to the show. Now I've made it. So me having to work as hard isn't the thing. I'm afraid that culture isn't going to be inviting enough for him to want to build on aspects of his game. That's my concern.
Well, I agree with that, but what you think? That's going to come down to his mindset, right?
Yeah, agree. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Who's there to push that mindset?
Now, I said I wasn't sure about the pick, but Malik Beasley was traded there last year as a restricted free agent. They bring back Malik Beasley, who just had a very good run with them. I'm a fan of that team because you're giving me D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Anthony Edwards, insert power forward, and then you got Cat. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at the team. I'm just saying with him getting better and progressing. Which is the envelope one.
I think we put too much of that on the team environment and not enough of that blame on the players. Some of these guys just ain't dogs.
No, I'm putting it on the player, but again, even as a player, there's somebody that you always have that you still have that pushes you to kind of be better. Just like look at LeBron James, right? LeBron James didn't know how to be a champion until he had somebody like a Dwayne Wade kind of pushing the envelope. So that's all I'm saying. It could be he might come there with the mindset like, yo, I'm gonna be a dog and it's game time. I'm just saying, if he doesn't come there with that attitude, who's there to be like, hey, young fella? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So that's my concern. That's my concern.
Now, my question to you guys is, who would you compare his game to? Or what do you see his game developing into if you had to compare to a player now?
It's hard. I say offensively, it's not D Wade yet.
Mm-hmm.
I know Tom Crean told him he could be the next D Wade, but I see more of a Victor Oladipo offensively for him.
I was about to say this. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when I said D Wade earlier, that was me. Like, if he ever reached the top of the top, I could see like, I don't know, because hitting threes in college is a lot different than in the NBA. I could see him being like a DeMar DeRozan like type player too.
Wow, slightly disrespect. I think he's more willing to shoot than DeMar.
No, but I'm saying, like, to me, that's his floor would be a DeMar DeRozan.
Okay, so
me.
Okay.
Yeah, no. When I said that, I meant like his floor. His top can be a Dwayne Wade, but I can see his floor being a DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah,
I think defense is going to be more of an issue than offense. I think the offense is going to come around. But what is he gonna? Is he gonna be able to guard anybody? Right, he's got the body frame to do it. So is he just like Ben Simmons, where he didn't care, and now that he's a league, he'll care, or is he just not going to be a defender?
Well, here's the problem. He's going on a team that don't care about defense to begin with. To answer your question, whether he cares or not, they're not going to play defense. Unless something happens.
Defender, you got Karl Anthony Towns, definitely not a good defender. Yeah. So that's the tough part. That's the tough part.
Again, that's what Jimmy Butler exposed when he went there. Like when he took the third team against the first team, like he exposed them.
Scoob, I got a good pickup for you, bro.
Okay.
Before this pick comes in, Paul Millsap to play the 4 spot there. Be the vet they need.
Chicago or
No.
Oh, in Minnesota?
Sign Paul Millsap. Bring back Malik Beasley. Give you a starting lineup of
There you go.
Russell, Edwards, Beasley, Millsap.
I'm with that. And that would be a good veteran pickup.
That would fix a lot of issues.
And be like, hey, young fella, you can be great. You know what I mean? But you gotta,
with that solid vet.
Yeah, I agree.
Now
I like that.
My question to y'all is, with that lineup, where do you see them falling in the West?
9th, 10th.
No. I think with that lineup healthy,
I'm assuming, healthy. I'm assuming
that could be a 7. Because Houston about to not be in the play. You gotta think.
Well, Houston about to not be here, right? Houston's about to be.
Houston not about to be in there. OKC probably not going to be in there.
Yeah,
that's 2 out. So who we putting in? Phoenix, maybe Memphis. So they're in the battle with Phoenix, Memphis, New Orleans, and Minnesota.
I was gonna say New Orleans. When we get a full, I think New Orleans still has a good opportunity to make some noise, even though they lost Drew Holiday.
We got to see what they do though, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Because they don't play defense either.
Exactly.
But that, and you guys are also forgetting, which I think a lot of people forget, the Warriors are going to be back. Like, Clay just got hurt, which that's also kind of breaking news.
Let's see what that is before I make any.
But that's what I'm saying. But regardless of the fact, you're still getting Steph back. You're still getting, like, you know what I mean? I think even without a Clay, they can still make the playoff.
Steph is a lot more guardable.
That's what I was about to say. Can I say something about the Warriors real quick? I'm not so sure about the Warriors. Like, I don't know. Like, they don't pack the same fight. Like, they don't have the same. Like, they got made human. Like, the Warriors got made human. You know what I mean? Because we put the Warriors on this pedestal for so long. It's like, how can they be beat? How can they be beat?
Before their pick comes in. Hold on.
Got one?
James Wiseman.
James Wiseman.
Yes,
to the
sir.
Warriors?
Yeah.
James Wiseman.
So
right.
before we go into that real quick, I was just gonna say, I'm not saying they're going to end up winning. I'm not saying they were going to be contenders, but I don't think if they are healthy, I don't see them not making it to at least the playoffs though.
Oh yeah, I mean they might be they'll be a top team.
And that's what I meant. I'm saying, like, we're saying all these teams that could possibly be in the playoffs. I'm saying if they're healthy.
To be fair, I was already putting them in.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you were putting them in. I was just saying.
I was already putting them in. But, all right.
So y'all think LaMelo goes third?
Probably gonna go third. But hold on, let's do it.
Now Scoob hoping that he goes fourth.
I want him to go fourth.
Michael Jordan supposedly loved him. So
that's
sorry,
what happened. That's exactly
all right. But James Wiseman.
Yeah, so on to James Wiseman, of course, was the number 1 overall recruit in the 2019 class. Went to Memphis to play for his former high school coach Penny Hardaway, but got suspended because it came to find out that while in high school, Penny Hardaway gave his family $11,000 for moving expenses. Not getting into issues with the NCAA. Athletic, tall, big man, can really run the floor. But it's hard to say we know who he is, right? We haven't really seen him in the limelight for over a year now. We only have 3 college games to go off of. His body type definitely projects to the NBA for sure. He could really be something, yes, but I don't know how good he is defensively. I don't know what he is offensively either. I mean, looks like he has a little bit of touch that'll probably develop as he gets older. But right now, I think he's in the right spot for right now. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah, I mean,
they can bring him along slowly, let him do what he's good at. But do I think he's necessarily a franchise difference maker? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's a franchise difference maker from what we've seen so far. Like, for me, complete bodies of work is kind of what I would like to see from a player, and it's just too incomplete for me right now. Until he proves anything else, he's DeAndre Ayton. You know what I mean? Like, still
don't disrespect DeAndre.
Tons of upside, but again, he's got some proving to do. You know what I mean? Like, he's still like Ayton still has some proving to do.
Minding his own business, walking his dog, and you just gonna bring him up on this show for
absolutely. It's not for no reason. But again, until he gets in and kind of really digs in, and we see the player who he is. I mean, it's DeAndre Ayton. It's still up in the air. Do we know DeAndre Ayton is going to be a game? Like, you know what I mean? Do we know what DeAndre Ayton's upside will totally be? Still kind of up in the air.
He looks good when he plays.
When he plays and when he's healthy. But again, it's a win thing. You know what I mean?
The good news is, again, like you said, if they are healthy, good news is he's young. He doesn't have to be the best player on that team starting out.
For sure.
He's going to be around veterans who won, not once, but twice. No, a couple times, 3 times. Yeah, I forgot. I try not to count the KD years, but whatever.
It's okay.
But yeah, he's going to be used to or learning how to win. He's going to learn how to win in a winning organization.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to hear me say this a lot as we do these first 10 picks. All these guys have great potential.
Yeah,
I don't know where their floor lies.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree.
This draft is. I'm not gonna say this is a weak draft because every year they say it's a weak draft.
It's a weak draft.
What
Yeah.
I'm gonna say is, I really think this year it's gonna matter where these players go in the fit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So seeing James Wiseman end up in the Golden State, I think that's probably the best situation for him, right?
Yeah, I agree.
It allows him to develop and be whatever the best version of him is. Now, I'm not going to tell you that best version ends up being a perennial all-star. I'm not saying it won't, but I'm not saying he's necessarily built to do that and to fit into this draft, into this league that way. But I think this will give him the best chance to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even with you saying, like, we have such a small sample size, I mean, listen, Kyrie only played 1 game in college, and he ended up being –
He played a little bit more than one. Stop that.
But it was but it was a small sample size, though. You know what I mean? But, like –
Don't disrespect Kyrie like that. He was lighting it a little bit.
But I'm saying now, if he does become something, though, that's going to be a crazy place to become that player, though.
Speaking of Kyrie, little small caveat.
Let's pick this in now, guys.
Okay, go ahead.
But hold that thought.
Oh, I'm definitely holding that thought because I want to talk about this.
Your
LaMelo. Hold on.
Ball to number 4.
So if you don't know who LaMelo Ball is, he's been sleeping under a rock. Okay, so this kid been famous since he was 14, 15 years old. Won a state championship in California basketball with his 2 older brothers as a freshman, 5'8" freshman. Just is a different breed, man. I watched all 12 games he played in Australia.
Yeah.
I watched some JBA games. I watched some Spire games. It's definitely a unique path, and you got to be very talented to make it out of that and to be considered a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
He's just a feel like he can see the court better than anybody in this draft. It's not even a little bit more offensive, scoring wise, I should say, more of a better scorer than his brother.
Way better.
But still, jump shot's not there yet. It's more of a set shot, which is a big issue there. Luckily, he's 6'7", so he can get away with it a little bit. Defensively, I don't think he knows what that is. So I think that's going to be the big difference. The difference between him being great or not is his want to. Is he a dog? Is he a dog? We know he's talented. I'm about to buy the Puma LaMelo Ball sweatsuit when it drops.
I think that he's going to be. I'm pissed he went to Charlotte because that's where most top picks go to die. So I'm a little upset about that.
Ooh. Hold on. Sorry. You're not about to be happy with your number 4 pick from the Bulls. Shams just ruined it. The pick's not even in yet. You want to wait till the pick's in? Do you want me to just give you the bad news now?
Might as well. I mean, what worse news can we have?
Patrick Williams is the number 4 pick. Florida State. After everybody saying it was going to be Obi Toppin. I got Shams on tweets on my, I got the notification on for him.
Wait.
Patrick Williams.
Patrick Williams, bro?
Look, first off, let's not make it seem like Patrick Williams isn't a good player.
He's not better than Obi Toppin. Sorry. He's not better than Obi, bro.
Well, I'll give my breakdown on Obi Toppin when he gets selected, sir.
But right now we gotta do Patrick Williams.
He's not better. There's the breakdown. He's not. Breakdown is he's not better than Obi.
It's gonna be Patrick Williams. Who, in my mind, I don't have a lot to say on Patrick Williams. I don't watch
Exactly.
But from what I've seen, he's the best 3-and-D prospect in this draft. Very good athlete. I wasn't sure if he was really a 3 or a 4. They're saying he's going to be he looked like an NBA 3, NCAA 4 to me, from what I saw. If I'm dead wrong, somebody will roast me in the comments about that later. Doesn't matter. But what I saw is he's a great athlete, 3-point versatility, very good, solid shooter, defender, which is something that is needed in Chicago. So you may or may not be happy with that, Scoop. Definitely you aren't. But if you're keeping Zach LaVine or not, you need defense on that team, right? You need to get young, athletic defenders.
He's not a guy that brings a solid defense.
I don't think they'll kill you, Tones. I think they have him listed as a small forward / power forward primarily.
Yeah, I feel like he was a slash.
But even so, some people are calling him like his comparison is more like a Paul Millsap type thing, or a rich man's Al-Farouq Aminu,
who's a solid NBA player.
Who's a solid NBA player. Scoot don't want to hear none of this. I mean, listen.
Miss me with the Al-Farouq Aminu, dog.
I like Al-Farouq.
You can like him. He was a good player.
You can like him all you want. Miss me with that. Miss me with Al-Farouq Aminu. What team has he made better?
What team hasn't he made better?
Thank you. None. He has not made no team better. Stop it. What team has this man made better, Tone? Are you kidding me right now? What team has he gone to and made it?
Here it comes. Let's see if it's going true. This is the official pick, y'all.
And I hope, man, please be smart, Chicago.
Nope, Patrick Williams.
You thought Shams is lying? Don't ever question Shams again.
You got a nice suit on though.
He look like a player.
Yeah, he look like he ready.
He might not. He probably won't be a bad player. Don't get me wrong, but
that suit's kind of fire on the low.
That's what I said. He got a good suit on.
I would rock that myself. That's a nice ensemble right there.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I didn't have his video ready, so
nobody had his video ready.
First off, a little inside the pre-production. I did tell Jalen to get Patrick Williams.
He did.
He did. My pick. You're not gonna disrespect Patrick Williams.
No, but let's also tell the audience though, there's a lot of stuff that is copyrighted, and I'm not trying to get our stuff ripped down. So I had to be very careful.
No, I'm just saying, don't make it.
Yeah. No, you did say it. I'm just saying I ain't have his video ready. But it's not because I didn't want to have it ready. It's because I was not trying to get our stuff ripped down.
It happened.
That's why I will not be watching any Chicago games.
This man
y'all gonna be all right until y'all trade Zach LaVine. Then y'all gonna be beat.
Listen, y'all need a defense. Y'all need a defense.
We need a defender. We need a 3-and-D guy. I won't argue that, but I feel like we also
y'all still got marketing.
He's athletic.
Look at him. He just getting to the bucket easy. Look at that. Watch it.
Nah, I heard he was working on changing his jump shot, and it wasn't looking pretty. But
yeah,
I was just.
What's up with all these? Now, can we go back to my Kyrie thing real quick? Because So the rumor is that KD wants James Harden in New Jersey, but Kyrie doesn't.
Where you hear that? I heard they both do.
I from what I saw today, a couple reports were saying that he does not want James.
Is it sad that I'm not shocked though?
Kyrie, why would you want James Harden?
That's my take too. I felt like again, it's not enough ball to go around. Again,
first off, can we talk about KD's a beta player anyway? When he played with Russell Westbrook, he was like, "Well, if I want the ball, I'll just go get the rebound and bring it up myself." You know what that means? What's he gonna do with those two on his team?
Nothing.
Not touch the ball. That's what he's gonna do.
Go get the rebound when he wants it.
He's gonna have 7 shots a game and 7 defensive rebounds.
I just don't. The dynamic, man.
Go Scoob, your future, baby.
Not impressed,
bro. It was the first highlight.
Not impressed,
bro. Look at that. Look at that.
Not impressed.
Everybody's a critic, man.
Everybody is. I will be not impressed. Give me something else. Not saying I'm
No, he's like, give me.
Maybe a good player. I'm not gonna discredit the fact that we need a three. We need a good defensive player. So
You're on mute, Tones.
You think Obi Toppin goes one pick later?
Probably. He can't. You want to know? And you want to know the crazy thing is, they were actually looking at him to go to the Knicks too. So.
Well, no, it's Cleveland right now.
No,
Cleveland right now, but they were saying that he could fall to
his dad is a Rucker Park legend.
Obi has game, bro. Like
Obi's dad had game. Stop that.
Obi has game, yo.
Obi is your age.
Acting like Obi ain't a solid big man.
Obi is your age, Scoob.
Now, here's my thing. Now, are you Cleveland? Who else would you go with if you say Obi wasn't there?
Avita, I'm pronouncing his last name wrong. But
you talking about the Israel?
Pick got leaked.
Obi. Not Denny either. Hold on.
Is it Cole Anthony?
Okoro?
Ezekiel Okoro.
I figured it was Okoro. Yep.
But they got too many guards as is.
Yeah.
Too many guards. What are they doing?
I don't think Cleveland knows what they're doing. They're just hoping that they strike.
They're just taking the best player available and saying,
right.
F it. That's a bold pick, though. It's a bold pickup. All right, so
why wouldn't they get Avita though? Like,
I mean, I don't know enough about. I mean, how much Denny Avita are you out here watching, Scoot?
Not a lot, but
okay. So we going off what we hear when it comes to Denny Avita. You know, let's not make it seem like Denny Avita is a locked in.
I mean, it's not a lot, but I mean, he's 6'9", 215. He's got the body.
But I watch videos on him, and he's still a little raw.
To be honest, Tone said don't do that to him. But when I looked at his video, to me it looked like Mario Hinoza again. No, I'm being serious though. Like everything looked great on the highlight.
Hinoza is far more athletic than Denny Avita.
No, but I got that same vibes. It was like, oh, this is a nice highlight, but I feel like he would be the one.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you were a big Mario Hinoza fan. Don't let the
listen. I would admit I got duped, just like all the other teams that picked him up. We all were tricked.
Jalen thought he was the European Jordan for a little bit out here.
I don't know. Let's not go that far. But no, if he would have developed, he would have had. I think he would have had a nice game. He got on the wrong team. That's what teams. Like he got drafted by a bad team and then traded to another bad team. Like it was just like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You just got a bad hand when it came to his NBA career.
He didn't work hard enough. I mean, he's still in the league, but he didn't work hard enough.
But I mean, what was it? The Magic or something?
The Magic who drafted him.
Yeah, I'm not working.
What happened? What happened, Scoop?
Are y'all hearing about Klay Thompson?
Yeah, his knee injury.
What is it?
And they're saying this is his Achilles.
Probably an Achilles injury.
They're saying this is Achilles. Whoa, that's big. He doesn't come back. That's
probably why.
Nobody's confirming anything, but they're saying
we're not confirming anything. I'm just looking at my timeline, different feeds.
Everybody's speculating because they said lower body that it may be an Achilles, but who knows? Who knows? It could be like some fracture in the lower leg. Could be a lot because they didn't necessarily say it was ankle.
They didn't. No, they didn't specify. Nobody specified.
They just said lower leg. So.
Oof. Prayers up for Klay, man, just in case, man. Good gosh. Oh,
that's wild.
Oh, that would be so wild.
Eagle safety with Philly Will Parks went on Twitter and said Danny Green better not come here missing open shots or it's over for him with this fan base. No BS.
Hey, I mean, you better get ready for it to happen. You better get ready for it to happen because hey, as decent as he was at some points, he was definitely pedestrian.
And fellas, it's now official. Cleveland select Isaac Okoro.
Great. So
that's a good pick. I mean, that's a good pickup. Bad for his career.
Forward shooting guard out of Auburn. If you believe his jump shot will work, then this is a great pickup. Great defender. Very explosive athlete.
I was about to say, yeah, he's explosive.
Guard 1 through 3. So for them not having a defender on the wing, good pick up there for sure.
Definitely a good slash guy.
And you just re-signed Andre Drummond, and you do have Kevin Love for whatever that's worth. So you kind of do need that small forward role. I know you need that small forward role for now, and some depth. I think he's a dog. You know, some of the questions we had about some other picks, I don't have about him. He's that dog mentality, not a question to me. Like I know he's got that part.
My concern is every highlight that we watch is literally him driving to the basket.
That's what I'm saying. So
you know what I'm saying? Like there's no jump shooting period. Like
he's there. It's not consistent.
Yeah, and then you also got to remember Andre Drummond about to be parked down there the whole time, so that spacing is going to be an issue.
No, he's not a post-up guy. He's going to be picking rolls, especially with Darius Garland and Colin Sexton there for however long they're there. So I mean,
and that's another thing too. They got a ton of guards. Like
I think Colin Sexton might be on the move quite as kept. I feel like he's going to be traded soon. I don't think he's going to last in Cleveland.
Probably not, to be honest.
Oh, you know who about to get drafted right here? My second favorite pick. About to be picked up with this second pick.
Who's on? The Hawks?
Atlanta.
Hawks? That's Tyreese Halliburton?
No, that's not my favorite. But what? I didn't even put Tyreese Halliburton that high. Onyeka Okongwu. Oh, yeah. They going with all the African centers they can find. Him and Clint Capella combined.
Don't they have Biyombo?
No, they have Clint Capella.
Oh yeah, no. Who got Biyombo, by the way? Okay, first of all, he got huh?
The deal just expired.
But whoever gave him that deal
that was given to him by Charlotte.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That deal was ridiculous.
No, I'm sorry, that was given to him by Orlando, right?
Yeah, Orlando was the first joint.
Orlando gave him that deal for
that crazy deal, right?
Yeah, he got paid. He was robbing people.
Yeah, I was like, and he only had a good 2 months of basketball.
One playoff series.
Okay, so a good 2 weeks of basketball.
Week and a half.
Like that's crazy.
I actually like that swap. If Okoro goes 6 to Atlanta and then Tyreese Halliburton goes to.
You mean Onyeka?
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
Going 6.
Yeah, Onyeka, and then what I actually like
dark horse for the next pickup.
Yeah, I like Tyreese going to Detroit possibly.
I got them taking another guard.
A guard. That's what I said.
Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes from Australia is who I think is
That's I mean, it was a possible top 5 pick, so I can't argue that.
No, I wouldn't say that. No,
I mean, that's what they had. That's what they had him at. Yeah. A lot of the mocks, they had him.
A lot of these mocks, these people do some
write
some stuff down. Okay?
That's what we have to go on information wise. So
yeah, but I would go Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes is a impressive lefty. First off, I always am going to support a lefty as a lefty. Again, another dog. For right now, though, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Onyeka Okongwu, who went to Chino Hills, because he's the next pick. So we're gonna talk about the next pick, guys. So Onyeka Okongwu, center out of USC, went to Chino Hills with LaMelo, was a part of maybe one of the best in modern day, one of the best high school teams in the history of high school basketball. Dominant, full running center again. I think Bam Adebayo, as I said earlier, a little bit of touch around the rim, great touch around the rim, enough touch when he shoots that I think that can develop to at least a 15-footer consistently, maybe can work it out to 3-point range depending on his work ethic. I want to see what he can do as a passer. I don't really see a lot of that in at USC, but if you're a Bam type, Bam is an offensive hub for his team. He can put the ball on the floor a little bit, and he can create for others as well. You know, not a lot of assists for a big man. I'm gonna need to see that from Onyeka Okongwu as well.
I don't think it's a bad pick.
But my thing is, what does this mean for Clint Capella?
I mean, Clint went down after he got that money in Houston. So
no. The reputation of Clint Capella went down after he got that money. He played well.
What do you define as well?
He was putting up the same numbers he was putting up before. He was Clint Capella, and he was in an offensive system that was not made for him to do more than catch lobs. Like, what did you want him to do? Like, he did what he was supposed to do: block shots, catch lobs.
But I mean, that wasn't conducive. I mean,
it didn't work with Russell Westbrook because Russell Westbrook also couldn't shoot.
Well,
But he got that money before Westbrook got there.
Here's my thought. Well, because if I'm correct, you correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't them and John Collins having issues with his contract anyway? So maybe you put Onyeka there because they're around it. I think Onyeka's only 6'9", 6'10". So maybe and because he got a touch, maybe you put him in that John Collins role and then just trade him. I know, but I'm just saying though. I mean, that's kind of where you would fit. If you're telling me that's how you fit both of them, you just kind of have to figure that out. But at least he got a touch.
You know what they could do?
What?
They can do the same thing Miami did with Bam. Because remember, Hassan Whiteside was the starter when Bam got there. So, for those who don't know, Onyeka Okongwu has a fractured toe. So he's going to miss a couple weeks anyway. Take him off the bench for a little bit, let him grow. Right, and then when Capella, who I believe this is the last year of his deal, is a free agent. You pass the torch over to him. Now the John Collins situation, who knows what's going to happen there? Because he wants.
I heard they're not close at all.
Don't want to pay him what he wants, so we'll see what happens with him. But I'm hearing rumblings of Gordon Hayward possibly going to Atlanta. Which, politics aside for Gordon Hayward, would be an okay pickup. I don't know if it's a game changer, but it's an okay pickup. So you don't have to rely on Cam Reddish right away or DeAndre Hunter right away. And now you can still play them a little bit more.
Jones, you want to go ahead and announce who they pick?
Oh, which part? Onyeka Okongwu.
Yeah. I just want to make it official because we're just.
It's official.
Yeah, okay.
Official.
I just wanted to officially say it. So then, because we just
Scoob was definitely overrating Obi Toppin. As you look at
not overrated.
Obi
Toppin is not overrated.
Of a real hooper.
Pull up when Obi gets called. Pull up Obi highlights. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I got him ready. You see how he was a lot closer in the beginning.
I mean, like Obi is not trash. Like this.
Listen. We just know what happened was the Knicks paid everybody to just skip over him so he could be in there.
I think if Tyreese Halliburton is available at 8, that's definitely the pick. I think Obi Toppin might not go until 10, 11.
He could fall out of the top 10. He could fall into it. But again, like I said, they were looking for him to fall to the Knicks. What does Knicks pick?
8.
But if I'm them, I'm looking for a guard to put with RJ Barrett. Tyrese Halliburton would be perfect because he doesn't necessarily need the ball in his hands. You know what I'm saying? He's a point guard, but he's not an over dribble guy. And you got an RJ Barrett who they like, who needs the ball.
Or the Knicks pull a Knicks and they pick up like a center, like they use. I'm just saying. I'm kidding.
The job. We're not going to disrespect him. Let him. He's a man of Christ, as far as I know. He was Joel Embiid's former agent. I'm not going to have none, but in the year of our Lord 2020, I believe the Knicks can turn it around. Not really, but kind of.
I'm saying, it was like not really.
Not playoffs, but like they could make logical choices.
But to be honest, like Obi Toppin, like yeah, he might be there. But how many more years did Julius Randle got on that deal that they gave him? Like,
because last year.
This is last year?
Yeah, it was a 2-year deal. I think this year is a player option or something like that, team option.
I'm about to say, if it's a player option, he's opting in.
They take a guard. They might mess around, take Obi. I can see Obi still going 8.
Like you said, I mean,
Scoob has spoken so highly of him, it would make no sense to not take him.
It's not that I'm speaking so highly of him. He's just a solid big man.
He's a New York guy, so I can get it from that. But what is your comparison for him? Like, I know he's an athlete at the 4 spot. Is he Amari? Like, is he Blake? Like, what type of athlete?
I would say Amari Stoudemire as his top.
Blake. Yeah.
As if he
killing, yeah.
Yeah, if he like reaches peak, like Amari would be it. But if not, I don't know what he would be like.
His floor is Popeye Jones. No, I'm just kidding. Floor is Popeye Jones. Ceiling is Amari Stoudemire. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, guys, as you can tell, we're 7 picks in.
Yes.
Okay, this is tough.
Yes.
Clearly. 7.
What does Detroit need? What does Detroit need?
They need young players. So Detroit has this pick. They have like 3 picks in the first.
In the first round, right? Yes.
See the best player. My guy. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Who called it? Killian Hayes is officially the pick at number 7 to Detroit. So, all right. He's originally from France, played in Australia last year, I believe. Was it Australia or did he just play against LaMelo when he was in Australia?
No, it was Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, so he played in Australia last year. Sorry, guys, a lot of info jumbling around in my head. Lead guard, jump shot again. He's gonna be for a lot of these guys. You're gonna hear me say the same thing. Jump shot is the differentiator. I believe he has. He's not a transcendent passer, but he's a good passer.
That's all you need to be.
I think his playmaking can really still develop. I like what he does. He's a solid athlete, a little too left-handed reliant, I would say. Not as creative as I would like as a finisher, but I like his potential. He's a young guy too, so like I really am excited to see where he can grow. You only got D Rose for maybe this year, unless they depending on the trade situation. So I think that's a position of need, lead guard.
Yeah, I mean it's a good pickup for them. I think that he's going to bring again an element like he sees the floor really well. It's going to be a little different. Game speed is going to be a little different on this level, but I think that he has the tools to kind of be really successful. And I feel like he's going to add he's going to add another gear for Detroit. I feel like Detroit was kind of missing a gear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, who were their point guards last year? Ishmael,
yeah, Ishmael and
Derrick Rose. So you
Derrick Rose,
playmaker. You need a point guard of the future. Reggie Jackson didn't work out there.
Nah.
You need your guard of the future, and if you believe he's it, and you go with him.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. I think it's a good place for him to start being groomed.
It's a bit of a reach though. So what I'm gonna say is, so now this leaves Obi Toppin still on the board. It leaves Tyreese Halliburton still on the board, and it leaves Denny Avita, who was considered a top 5 lock to some, on the board. So I mean, one of those 3 guys is all that New York can take with 8.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like they're gonna go for a guard though.
I mean, look. Let's assume they take Obi, like you said. The Wizards out here last year, they lucked into Rui Hachimura, who they didn't scout at all, who had a solid year. They might luck into Denny Avita or Tyreese Halliburton this year. I mean, the Wizards can't take a guard as long as they have John Wall and Bradley Beal on that roster. So what, you think maybe an Obi Toppin and or a Denny Avita?
Now he would actually. I actually would like an Obi Toppin in Washington.
I wouldn't be a bad pick.
They need a solid big man.
Wouldn't be a bad pickup.
It wouldn't be a bad pickup if he fell to them. I think that I do agree with you though. Now looking at the scope of everything, I do feel like the Knicks do need a guard to complement RJ Barrett to take the ball out of his hands as kind of like the ball dominant.
I'll put one caveat there. There's a Fred VanVleet rumor out there saying the Knicks want to offer him a lot of money. And if you didn't see him on the JJ Redick podcast,
he's trying to get paid.
He said, what are you looking for? He said, show me the money. Well, deserved, by the way. I agree with him.
Yeah.
So maybe they pass on an Obi. I mean, they pass on a guard, take an Obi, I should say, and then go out and sign a Fred VanVleet type.
Are you offering how much money are you giving Fred though?
Close to 20.
I mean, the Knicks got the money.
I mean, definitely got the money. But I'm just saying, as a GM, if you're looking at Fred VanVleet at Fred's value, what do you give? 2 years, 20 million?
2 year, no, 4 years, 80.
4 years, 80. Oh, so you give him 20 a year. Okay.
Yeah, a year.
I like that.
4 years, 80.
I like that.
You also gotta think like what kind of play. I feel like you gotta also think what kind of player Tom Thibodeau would want in this situation too. Because you gotta remember he's the coach and he has
also athletic, defensive minded player.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, he's a defensive minded coach.
Yeah. Because he'll get somebody.
All about that defense.
And honestly, I mean, low key we joke about the Knicks, but they made some moves though. I'm not gonna hold y'all.
Yeah, I mean, but it's until they prove otherwise, they're still the Knicks. Like that's my problem with them.
I think Leon Rose has the chance to right the ship a little bit.
I think he does too, and especially even with Steve Stout coming in to kind of help with the marketing aspect of the Knicks. You know what I mean? Just kind of taking that.
It's now or never, because you don't want to look more. You don't want to lose more market share.
You've already lost a ton.
And the next pick is in.
And it is going to be your guy.
Your boy.
Obi?
Yep.
I told you he was going to the Knicks.
You want me to do his review or you want to do it? My goodness.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. So you talking so much noise about Obi. It's like, no.
94-year-old sophomore.
Don't you dare disrespect Obi like that.
In high school. No. Obi Toppin, though, is an older sophomore out of Dayton. Uber athlete. Showed a lot of growth from freshman to sophomore year. Wasn't really that high on draft boards, if at all, after his rookie year. I didn't really know much about him in his rookie year, his freshman year at Dayton, but turned that Dayton program around this year. Really disappointed we didn't get to see them in March Madness because
I know. Yeah.
That's very disappointing. But the boy can jump. He won. I mean, there's not much more I can say about that. I like the touch he brings. Hopefully that's consistent and able to continue. A New York guy. So this is him going home. His dad, as I said, is a Rucker Park Street legend. So him being able to go back to New York, I think that'll help with a fan base who right now is looking for excitement. If you're not going to be good, you can't be boring. You know what I'm saying? So a guy like Obi Toppin will at least help them be a little less boring, right? Like you need one or the other.
And I think to add to that, I just think that he's a more versatile player than people are giving him credit for. His ability to pull big men out on the perimeter. He does have the ability to shoot the three. Is it as consistent as we would like it to be? No, but I mean, it can be done.
But the ironic part is, the last 4 or 5 picks, I feel like I've said his jumper is going to be, an issue for a lot of guys. I'm not saying that for
Obi, right?
Agreed. I agree with that. Enough already, right?
I agree with that.
Where it'll help him play. I just need to know if his what's he going to do defensively, right? He's got the athleticism, but he's a little still undersized. He's a good enough offensive player to make up for the fact that he's not a great defender. That's what we're going to find out.
Yeah, that's going to be the question. And I think that, again, like you said, he is a little undersized at his position. I think that's going to be the challenge for him coming into the league. You know what I mean? Can he bring that defensive prowess that team actually needs?
On a lighter note, he's on TV right now with his dad and mom crying. And boy, oh boy, does his dad look like a street ball legend. That man,
bro, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, he definitely looked like one of those where he was about to walk on and drop 40.
He might have sold you something after the game.
For sure. Sure. And it wasn't Bud. Like he probably sold you like
he's a part of an epidemic that happened back in the day. I don't know.
We're not gonna say no names. But
I would say this though, all jokes aside, all the Knicks jokes aside, with Thibodeau being there, like you said, needs to get better at defense. You can't ask for a better coach to learn.
I would say that back in the day, but Tom Thibodeau the past couple stops. We'd have thought the same thing about with Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, and that didn't happen. They didn't get any better on defense.
Yeah, but I mean, right now it looked like nobody can kind of survive in Minnesota, to be honest. Even when they were supposed to be better in their heyday in the 2000s, even Kevin Garnett was like, "Yo, get me out of here." Like,
yeah, for sure.
So to me, that's more just an organizational thing to me than just a coaching thing.
Yeah.
So
found out these last 2 picks in the top 10, which will call it a night for us. What are we thinking? What are we expecting here? I think probably Denia Vita right here. Phoenix might luck into Tyreese Halliburton, or he might fall past Cleveland. I mean, past Phoenix, because do they need him now? You go with a Devin Vassell if you're Phoenix? Who do you like? You know what I'm saying? Like these next two picks, I think Denia Vita has to. I think the slide ends here. Right?
He has to be in. He has to be in one of these next two picks for me. For this to be a semi-successful draft, I feel like
but
in the next
you don't need it. But you don't need him for Washington. Like
you don't need him, but
is Rui Hachimura a 4? Is that what we're gonna say then? Are we putting Rui at the 4? Are you saying because he can't?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I could put him at the 4.
But if you don't put him in,
here's my thing. It depends on what you're saying. Like, are they going to play small ball or what? You know what I mean? Like, that's the real question.
Are we giving up on defense and putting Hachimura at 4? Because then you don't take a Denis Avita and you take somebody else. But if you're honest, though, play somebody with some height that fits that position more, you go with a Denis Avita or Denny Avita, and you put Rui at the 3. But Rui's gonna have to shoot more threes than he did this past year.
Oh yeah, to be honest though, I feel like Washington right now they're just like, we just hoping these two guys just hold up and stay healthy through.
Right now, pick up as much talent as you can.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I was saying about the Tyreese Halliburton pick. Like that's not a bad pick for Washington because I mean,
but who do you think is more talented, Tyreese Halliburton, or do you have Denny Avita as more talented?
I mean, I feel like I like Denny more as a player, to me.
But in that's the pick.
Yeah, I like Denny more as a player. I feel like that, you know, if that's what we're going on, best player available, then sure. Yeah. For sure.
Washington, I'm not good enough to do anything else.
Yeah.
I gotta go best player available.
Yeah. So I don't see that being a bad thing. I don't see either pick being bad either way. You know what I mean, for either player. But like you said, best player available. Yeah, I'm taking that.
Hold on, pick is in, fellas. With the 9th pick, they take Denny Avita.
Avia.
Oh, I've been butchering that all night.
Yeah, I was say with confidence too.
Avia.
Okay. I'm
That's
glad it was you than me.
Confidence though. You said it with confidence.
He was the whole night.
I like that.
So, Denny Avdia. Sorry, everybody. 6'9", small forward, power forward mix. They have him listed more as a small forward. He has a lot of skills, but I don't think he has yet mastered any of them. I believe him with the ball in his hand, he can create pretty well. I'm not going to say Luka Doncic exactly. No, very, very much the light version of that when it comes to his ability. I don't like his decision making yet as a playmaker. I think though we'll see what happens as that grows. He's definitely a good passer, but and a willing passer, but I don't think it's there yet. I think he has a lot of trades, but he's a master of none, right? So I think his potential will make everybody go back. If he hits, everybody will go back and be like, how was he not the number 1 overall pick in the draft? But I can also see him as a Danilo Gallinari, right? Takes a while to develop and just ends up being a solid bet. You know, that's how I look at him.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Scoob. No.
Well, I think he's just I think athleticism wise, I think he's way better than Gallinari. A better athlete starting, yeah, for sure. He's a better athlete. He's better off the dribble. You can even see that, right? I mean, from even the clip.
Disrespecting a young Gallo.
I'm not disrespecting the young Gallo. Like he was a great player. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, just look at the explosion that this kid has off the dribble.
I don't count any European explosion as real. I need to.
I mean, the players are. These are still some NBA players that are overseas
out here winning dunk contests overseas.
Hey, these are still professional players until somebody says different.
All I'm saying is, Furkan Korkmaz was supposed to be a great athlete coming into the NBA.
For sure.
Separate. You know what I'm saying? So till I see it in the NBA, I can't say whether or not he's a.
But I think his total game translates maybe a little bit better, I would say.
I mean, I gave him more like of a floor of a Danilo career. You know what I'm saying? Where it just takes a while. I'm not saying they do the same things, but it might take a while to really find his niche. And he's just going to he might just be a serviceable vet, you know?
That's possible. That's a possibility. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's his floor, I'm saying.
But that's where I was at. That's what I was going to ask you guys, though. But with him being surrounded by, you know, a John Wall and a Bradley Beal, does his offense actually grow a little quicker?
I feel like
than a Gallinari, only because the pressure of you really being a guy is taken away, and then you're around scorers because, you know, like you said, they're not going to play no defense. So it's one of those things. Is like, does he develop more as an offensive guy early because you're going to be surrounded by two offensive guys?
I think he's going to be. I mean, I feel like he's going to be the slasher. You know what I mean? He's going to be that guy. You got the shooter. You got the point guard, playmaking point guard.
With the ball in his hand. I don't see him necessarily as a slasher. I see him as a playmaker with the ball in his hand. And how's he doing that with Bradley Beal and John Wall?
Watch the role. I feel like watch the role they put him in. I feel like he's not going to have the ball in his hand as much. He's
but
not
then
going
he in what he's best at.
Well,
don't know that yet.
He might not look as good as he should because of that.
I mean, and let's also not forget too, like, let's be honest, John Wall hasn't been able to get through a season in a while. Like,
For
So
sure.
40 million is 40 million.
yeah. I listen, I ain't mad at the man's bank account, but you know what I mean? But like him and Bradley Beal,
The Bloods. I'm just saying.
yeah. Cause even with Bradley Beal, like he'd been healthy like the last 2 years, but before that he had issues staying healthy.
But even look at that though. Even if John Wall goes down, I feel like Denny is a good pickup because again, if you have to put the ball in his hands,
yeah.
But that's what
We got our last pick coming in shortly. Before then, I want to do a quick wrap up. Who do you guys think is the winner of today's first 10 picks?
Is it sad that it's not like that obvious though?
I'm gonna start off with the easy one. LaMelo Ball going to number 3 gives Charlotte first off star power that they were missing. You know what I'm saying? Since Kemba's now not there, you got to fill that arena somehow. Yeah. And I believe he has the highest ceiling, so I got to go with Charlotte.
I like Charlotte. I think, to be honest, I think the sleeper. I think the best move to me was the number 7 pick, Killian Hayes. To be honest, and here's why. I think because I think Detroit is missing that gear. Detroit is not a bad team. Again, you know what I mean? I just think like they're missing that gear. And I think even with – because Blake's coming – because Blake is – he'll be healthy this year, right? Well, until he's not healthy, right?
Yo, he's doing comedy. He ain't worried about it. He getting 2 checks. He's getting a comedy check.
So if he shows up and plays basketball, the dynamic of that team could be really dangerous. You know what I mean? They could really make some noise, I believe.
Yeah, if he's healthy, they're still a solid team. I do like Killian Hayes.
Yeah. But the true winner, I do agree with the Charlotte pick because, like you said, it gives them star power. It gives them another player that could literally take this franchise to the next level. It's going to make that franchise now attractive because Charlotte was not a landing spot for free agents. So depending on how he does,
Terry Rozier might be a trade asset now.
You know what I mean? Because they got like 15 guards over there.
Literally. Like, no, literally. Like, it's like a guard-heavy squad.
What, they got him, they got Graham, they got Malik Monk, they got – I forgot Malik Monk was here.
But you keep Monk, though. If you keep Monk, though. Please don't be disrespectful. Please.
I'm not. I was being dead serious. Malik Monk was on there. Like, he's a guard. So – I think Patrick Williams was the –
Shut up, boy. Shut up.
Patrick Williams.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you mine after this last pick because the Suns pick is in.
Better be Halliburton.
Also, real quick.
I don't know. It might be Devin Vassell here too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Vassell. I forgot he was still on the board.
Would they pick like Aaron, like Naismith?
Y'all killing us now. Hurry up.
Aaron Nesmith. They would. Jalen Smith. What?
Wow.
What?
Okay. Well.
Suns. See. This is what I'm talking about with the Suns.
The Suns be sunning, man. Like if they like a guy, they're gonna take him.
Suns is always gonna Suns, son.
I mean, they reached for Cam Johnson last year, and that looked good. Jalen Smith. I thought was going to be a second-round pick. So
I had him late second round.
I did not expect him this high. I thought end of the first, second-round pick. He could score as a big man. Has some smooth jumper. I feel like But I'm shocked right now. I don't have more to say there.
So let me switch my take. The losers of the draft are the Phoenix Suns. Cause I don't
For this. This is ridiculous.
like you could have waited. They had him going like
30th.
like 35, 36. Like it's not no top unless they know something we don't know.
Draft, as always, about to be the Spurs, okay? Because the Spurs getting anybody they want because Phoenix done messed up.
Exactly. Are you kidding me, bro?
I'm shocked by that pick. I wasn't ready for that one. That's like the surprise pick of the draft so far.
So yeah, that's bad.
Come on,
Go
Phoenix.
ahead, bro.
Y'all just see, and this is what I'm talking about. Phoenix, this is
Well,
why
I'm trying to end this on a good note.
Well,
Listen, the best
let
part
me-
about that. Right now, we angry, we're confused, blah, blah, and Jalen Smith could be the best player to pick.
right, he could be.
Like, he could be the right pick. They did the same thing last year with Cam Johnson, but this is why I love the draft, man. You
It's
might
crazy.
see it one way and could be completely wrong. Somebody else sees it the other way. I mean, Giannis wasn't supposed to be Giannis, so you never
True.
know. Give him a shot. I definitely still believe it's a reach, but his body definitely has developed over the past year. Up
Yeah.
to 225 pounds, was a smaller guy before that. I mean, hey, they do need to stretch forward, just to get more space there for.
yeah.
But again, I'm not saying I don't think it's too early because it's too early. But as we wrap up this coverage from the first 10 picks, a lot of picks kind of surprised me, right? So I'm not gonna say this is the only shot. Killian Hayes
Right.
went a little bit higher than I thought.
Yeah.
Then whatever his last name is, went
How were you pronouncing it all night?
Nope, not even gonna do it again.
Shout out to Denny, man.
Denny.
Oh, hold on
So-
real quick. Let me give you my winners too, because I never got to give you my winners. My winner tonight, although I kept busting jokes on them, honestly, I was going to give it to the Knicks because they actually didn't mess up their pick. They got a kid from New York. I think it's going to be exciting. And he is an exciting player. He fell from more.
Be good, be exciting.
Yeah. Well, that, and again, he's going back home to New York. So I think that's good for New York fans. And he's actually not bad to at least what we see right now.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously the clear winner was Charlotte because you can't go wrong with a franchise player dropping to you at the number 3 overall pick. But yeah, it's been fun, boys. It was fun hearing Antonio butcher that man's name all night. No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
This was fun. We gotta do this more. I like
Absolutely.
our live reactions for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait for the NFL draft.
No, I can
actually wait for that.
But not on all serious note,
He's
until
a
our next podcast, this is what we putting out. We definitely gonna have a lot to talk about on our next full show. I hope y'all are around for that.
Fun.
It's been a good time. Peace out.
Also, be on the lookout. Merch dropping soon.
Really soon, we're gonna have some stuff for you to buy.
Yeah, how you do that?
My guy, how you do that there? Yeah. My guys, it's been a pleasure sharing this draft with you guys, man. It was fun. Can't wait to do this again next year on a bigger scale where, we'll be at a venue together.
Hey. Don't get no surprises away.
Okay. All right. Sorry. But we'll work on that. But in the meantime and in between time, my brothers, man, it's always good to share
next week
sports with y'all.
See y'all next week. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.